Hello YouTubers and welcome to Mud Max Metal Detecting. Right, today we are looking at the Amphibio Multi from Nokta Makro Detectors. Now this machine came out in September 2018, I believe. Been around a while. It was really well received. So I've got my hands on one. I'm very excited. There's already some good points about this that I love, and I'll tell you more about those in due course. But let's get on the fields, have a play. Let's start talking about this machine and let's see what she does. Let's get stuck in. Okay, we're on speaker. I'll just show you. Yep, overload. Very stable in the stubble. I'm in 3-tone, which is built for speed. I was in an iron patch earlier. Might try going up one, but I just wanted to show you there. Very stable in the stubble. No spits and pops coming off of the stubble itself, which is really good. That's really, really good. That's what you want when you're going in the old stubble. You want a nice, solid, but stable machine. Excellent. This is a quiet field, but we've picked one out. Oh, let's get it out and have a look, shall we? Well, it's just a classic D-buckle this time. Absolutely no missing those, but lovely clean intensity signal. Yeah, did the business, as you would expect, of course. Well, I just picked that up in 2-tone, which is an intensity tone, really. Haven't changed the gain, it was only on 70, but that is an absolute tiny little sliver. Faint murmur, low numbers, but yeah, it's conductive metal. Could easily have been a ancient artifact, but it's an absolute tiny little sliver. Look at it. So that's good, that's good. Picking up the tiny stuff, excellent. This is a very, very quiet field, and in 3-tone, just popped it into 3-tone, and this thing came absolutely booming out. I've upped the gain to 85 and it's steady. Steady in the stubble at 85, which is good. Alright, let's see what this is, shall we? Oh well, just a bit of scrap. But as we all know, you've got to dig them if you want the good stuff. Lovely sweet signal, but obviously I'd expect it on something that big. Yep, onwards and upwards. We'll see what else we can find. Well, it's starting to rain cats and dogs now. I don't know how much longer I can take this, but the Amphibio can, because it's IP68 fully submersible. So if you've got a coat on, you don't have to worry about this bad boy. Well, we have a Vicky, folks, and it's getting wet in my hands. I've cleaned it. I don't know why I bothered, because Mother Nature's cleaning it for me now. But it's definitely a Vicky. Oh, the rain's starting again. But lovely target, and well done, Amphibio. First coin for you. Ah, that's nice. A little bit of buckle. Yeah. I would guess at Georgian, but maybe older, actually. Not sure. Yep. Sweet enough signal. Lovely. Shame it's not full, but there you go. A little bit of buckle. And the rain is easing off now, so hopefully I can carry on detecting, matron. Well, not only on a night like this is it beneficial to have a waterproof machine, but when it's slippy and slidey and things are flying everywhere, it's good to have a solid, well-built machine. And they don't get much more solid and well-built than the Amphibio. This thing has got the most superb shaft, handle, armrest design. It is absolutely rock solid. I mean, where do you load the missiles? This thing's more like a rocket launcher, to be honest. It really is. Beautiful, solid cam locks. Lovely slide up and down telescopic shaft. No chance of that moving. It really, really is beautifully put together. This trigger device here is lovely and tacky and tactile. Really, really nice to hold on to. Super interface, and it's just rock solid. And you can move the armrest, lock it into place at the length that's right for you. That is a lovely little bonus for comfort. That gives you more time in the field. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. The build quality of this thing is exceptional. One of the best I've ever come across. 5 stars all day long. 5 stars for the build quality. Fantastic. Well, that's very, very jumpy indeed, but we've got to have a look at that one. Whoa! Well, it was trying to warn me, I think. Yeah, jumpy numbers. There was a little bit of iron as I came off the back of it, and the signal went quite low. I'm learning, so I need to dig these things. I need to understand. But I think I might give myself an hour where I just go for the really good two-way repeatables, or far more promising, just to see, all part of the learning curve. Well, what a complete schoolboy error on that piece of iron. I didn't change the angle of the coil. I mean, first day of detecting school, always come at your dodgy signals from different angles. Schoolboy error. Okay, let's have a very quick look at the menu. We're not going into too much detail today. This is an overview of the Amphibio. It's not going to get too technical. If you switch it on and you just move the up and down, then all you do is go into the preset search mode. So you've got your 2-tone one, your intensity. You've got your 3-tone. There's one at the top called Gen, but I'm not going to talk about that today. We're going to look at the more popular ones, which are 2 and 3-tone really. Once you go into 4-tone, then you start getting a slightly more chattery machine. That takes a bit more experience. It's quite a powerful one. So is 5 tones. But these are things that you learn in time. But you can do a lot with 3 tones. You can up the disc and everything else. If I hit settings, look, there's the gain at 70. You can play around with that. So this is really simple stuff. The gain and the disc. These are your 3 basic things with any metal detector, really. You choose whether you want a general search program or a faster one, and then you can up your gain in your settings. You can up or lower your discrimination in your setting. Then it gets a bit more technical, notching out certain number groups. There's a notch V. You've got tone changes that you can do in here. There's a tone V. So this is quite technical stuff that you need to learn in time, but it's basically customizing the machine how you want to run it. But if you want, as I am in my first few hours with this machine, quite new to it, you can just up your power, change your discrimination, and for a basic starter really, you've got your 3-tone and 2-tone programs at the top, and the menu always defaults back to these. So your up and down always defaults to these. So 2-tone, your intensity, that's very effective. 3-tone if you want to go faster around the iron, and then as I say, if you want, hit your settings and you've got your power and your discrimination. The rest you can learn over time, and we'll probably talk more about those in another video. You've also got on the other side your options. Now if you shift left or right here, you've got 20 kilohertz, 14 kilohertz, and you've got 5 kilohertz. So you've got 3 kilohertz options in this machine. There's your overall volume, your brightness of your screen, vibrate function if you want it, and then you've got things like ID depth and tracking, your frequency shift if you're getting interference, that kind of thing, and your wireless. So there's quite a few things on this. We're not going to go into them all in detail now. It's there if you want it, and it's for you to play around over time, which you do with any machine like this that's got quite a few different settings. And there you go. It's reverted back to the simple stuff. It always reverts back to the simple stuff. Up and down. 2-tone search mode, as I said before. Change your power, change your discrimination if you want. If you leave it, once you've done in the settings, it'll go back any second. There you go, back to the tones. So if you come across a trashy area, bump it down one into your fast program. Once you start going into these, they take a little bit more experience, but you have got things in here just to get you going, which is exactly what I've been doing this week. Nothing too technical, just learning the basics of the machine. I always think that is the correct way to start.
And that's what I've been doing. But there you go. There's lots to play around with in there. It's got plenty for you to learn over time, or you can just switch it on, change your power and your discrimination, and treat it like a very basic detector and let Nokta Makro work out the rest for you. Simple as that.
Okay folks, I'm going to do a little test. I'm in 3-tone, which is the fast, shallower but fast program. And that copper's about 5 inches down, with a couple of steel screws either side of it. You can see it's a Vicky Halfpenny, and you can see how far away they are. And it's about 5 inches down. Soil conditions will vary, so depth isn't actually the key here, because it's whether or not it's going to separate those two pieces. Dry soil, wet soil, the depth will vary. But at about 5 inches, I would expect it to get that. Soil's quite damp today, but it's really more about the recovery speed than the depth on this one. It's the fast 3-tone program. It's the sniffer in amongst the rubbish. So let's see what signal we get on that. No problem in 2-tone, which isn't even the fast one. And this is preset sensitivity 70. All right, let's go to the fast one. Let's come around the other way. Yeah, it's reading all 3 of them together now. But you'd still dig that. And obviously now it's reading lengthways on both the screws. But it's positive. I like that. Let's try 4-tone. Yeah, that's without the fast separation, but still good enough on that target. 5-tone. 99-tone. Yeah, they're all winners. Deep. Yep. Do you know what? Every single one of these, not just the fast one, 3-tone. And good depth on that. What have I got the settings on for that? I've got it on 90, so I have upped the sensitivity or the gain for the fast one. Let's just take it down. Let's see how far. Let's go back to factory preset 70. Yeah, so it's still getting that at about 7 inches, and that's not bad. And obviously usually you're going to be able to go a bit higher. Let's put it in 85. You normally go a little bit higher. Yeah, so that's fast separation and very, very respectable depth at the same time. And then you can come down to 4 or 5-tone if you want a deeper platform. And that's still giving a beautiful target on that penny with a couple of steel screws around it. Lovely jubbly. Well, hey, look at that beauty. What a lovely spindle whorl that is. Number 60, sometimes flatlining with no number, about 7 inches deep, but in the fast reactivity program, in the shallow fast reactivity program. But a clear two-way signal. A clear two-way signal that stopped me in my tracks. I dug, and I won. Hurrah! Aha! Our old friend the tarpaulin ring. Clean, punchy 50s signal. I got quite excited about that. I'm not excited anymore. Well, I've had wind this week and I've had busy roads this week, and these headphones have not let me down. They're light, but they're robust, very clear, got a great audio at the start that tells you how much battery you've got left. Yeah, they tick every box really. They pair up really well. They stay paired to the machine unless you let the charge run right down. But yeah, you can't really ask for any more than that from wireless headphones. They tick all the boxes. Very, very good. Okay, I'm in 4-tone now. This supposedly gives you a little bit more depth, but it is a bit more chatty. you do get a bit more feedback, but you got to train your ears for the, you know, the good from the bad, really. But the good targets, they still sing out in 4-tone, but you do get a bit more chopped, spitty feedback. I nearly missed that one. I'm still learning, but I suppose the good thing is I didn't. Right, let's have it out. Well, high conductive tat on this occasion. Bit of rubbish, but a good depth and a nice clean two-way signal once I zeroed in on it. Yeah, like I said, bit chattier in 4-tone, but it still hits those high conductors pretty well. Just tuning my ears at the moment. Well, I'm racing towards the end of the day now, so I'm not doing any signals, but that was a very clean tone, slightly jumpy numbers, little loop back button, few inches down, but yep, stop me in me tracks on 4-tone and getting the little stuff. Jolly good, jolly good. Well, I just put it in deep mode because I'm floating about 6 inches above the stalks now, walking back to the car. So I thought, yeah, stick it in deep and just swing and just hit anything that's obvious. And boy, was that obvious. I mean, woof, the tone just shot up on that. It stuck out like a sore thumb. Yeah, there was a bit of iron stuck there when I got it out. I've just pinged it off. It's left a bit of corrosion on there. Probably a brass buckle, I guess. But yeah, 6 inches off the ground in the deep program, and that thing just ripped through my eardrums. It's a big target, you know, it was only about 3 or 4 inches down, but still that's 10 inches in total, and it really did stop me in me tracks. So I'm going to swing back to the car in deep mode and just hit anything obvious. Okay folks, so that was my first week with the Amphibio Multi. This is one solid, well-made detector. And if you want to keep things simple for starters, you can. And that's exactly what I've done this week. Program 2 or 2 tones and 3 tones is really the most of what I was toggling between. I did muck around with a few others. I found the 3 and 4 tones, although it's got more power, it's a bit more sparky. And maybe that's where some more of the stuff that we haven't ventured into yet in this control box, maybe that's where it comes in. Because the more you learn, the more you can tune the machine to the way you want it. But that's for another day. I just wanted to keep it nice and simple. But it just goes to show that even machines like this that have an awful lot of tech in the box, you can just use the simple first couple of programs. You can up your power with the gain, you can change your discrimination, and you can go out detecting, and you can have a heck of a lot of fun. And then there's a lot more under the hood when you're ready for it. It's as simple as that, as and when you're ready. If you want to know more about this machine or you want to get your hands on one, please do contact Metal Detectors Online. I've given you all the links in the video and they will be happy to help you out. Right folks, until the next time, good luck, happy hunting, and we will see you soon.